Hello everybody, this is going to be a tutorial on look ahead. A lot of you guys have been requesting a tutorial on this. However, I cannot really make a tutorial for look ahead, as in my opinion, looking ahead is just looking at the cube a different way while you solve it. So what I am going to do is I am going to do an example solve without look ahead, and then I'm going to say what parts of the solve you can use look ahead on, what it is, and how you can practice it. Practice look ahead with emphasized air quotes. So, during a normal solve without look ahead, you would just look during your 15-second inspection for your cross. Okay. So if I move this one over, then this one down, this one will be opposite, then I just put this one there and I'm done. So I'm going to go like this and that to do that, and then like that. And then you take a pause and look for your next F2L pair, your first one. So I see this piece and this piece go together, and I'll do that like this. And then you take another pause, you see these two together, but that's not very nice, so you're going to think about this one, put it in, and then you're going to be looking again at this pair, which is a little nicer now, but still not that great, but you'll do it anyway and insert it. And then you'll see this pair, and you'll do it, and you'll insert it. And then you'll see, okay, F2L is done, so now I look at the OLL. Two pieces here with this formation allows me to do that. Then I see Z-perm, and I do it. Bam! That was the solve without look ahead. You had multiple stops. During your inspection, you inspected cross only, nothing else, and then you had to stop for the first pair, second pair, third pair, fourth pair, OLL, and PLL. So you had 6 different pauses in there. And so you'll see a lot of solvers when they record their solves or when they're in competition or whatever, they'll have pauses between steps. And what that is because during their previous step, they didn't look ahead. What they did was they focused solely on the steps that they were doing, exactly what was going on with the cube right now, and they were focused solely on getting those 2 pieces in, or getting the OLL done. They weren't thinking about the next step while they were doing the first one. So, I'm going to randomly hand scramble this, and I'm going to give you as best an example as I can of look ahead. So, the first time you can do look ahead is, of course, during your inspection. Now, some people wouldn't say this is look ahead, but I would. This piece needs to go over here, so you can put this red piece right here to make your cross. This piece is opposite red, so you can bring that down at the beginning, and then once you've realigned your cross, you bring blue down. So that's all great, but can you find any decent F2L pairs? Or figure out which pieces are going to be in the top layer so that you already know where they are, you can find it really quickly, and transition smoothly into your first pair. So when I bring this down to make my F2L, this orange-green corner is going to be on the top, and the orange-green piece is already here, but it is going to be flipped around. It's probably going to end up right here. So that might not be too great for me, but I may want to keep that in mind. Also, there is these 2 pieces here, and when I bring this down, I don't think that I'm going to be breaking these up when I do my cross. And even if I do, I still know that they're close together, which means that even though they may not be the best pair, there's something that you can be looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and do my cross, which is to bring this one down, and then realign my cross and bring the blue piece down, and then be looking for that pair and the green-orange one, which I saw right here. So bring this piece down, align cross, bring it over. Okay, so remember what I said? These pieces were going to be together, and then the green-orange cross, green-orange F2L pair might be nice. So in this case, it looks like the green-orange pair is actually very nice. We see green on top here, we see this one, and we can do an easy F2L pair. Now, while we're doing that, another look ahead means look for the next set of pieces. So, blue-orange here, blue-orange is back here, it's not going to be very nice. We have blue-red here, blue-red here. That'll be nice if this pair was like this, but we may not want to do that. And then these 2 are going to be together and not very nice. So you have to choose which one of those we're doing. And of course, we're going to want to do that while we're putting that pair together. So, I stopped here because we're 3 moves away from putting the F2L pair in, and this is where you're thinking to yourself not, okay, I'm going to put these 2 pieces together and insert them, but this is where you're thinking, okay, what's my next F2L pair going to be? Which one is good? Which one do I want to do? Now, of course, I'm not the best at this, because if I was, I would be sub 10 easily, and I'm averaging about 15-16 seconds. But I may just want to go for this one and do a cube rotation. So I see that this one has red on top. That's not going to change with this. I can just pull this out, do a cube rotation, and then a 3-move insert. So like this. To do that, pull it out, and then 3-move insert after rotation. But if we back up a step, again, these two pieces, not looking very good. We do have this one here, and this one's going to come out because the pair is going to go in there, and that might make for a good F2L pair. So we go like this, and it's not going to make for that great of an F2L pair, but neither is this one. So we start doing this pair, and then while we're doing this one, we look at the fourth one. This piece has red on the side. This piece is already in place, so really there's not all that much we can do. We just know that this piece is going to have red on the side, and we're going to want to do it, match it up here, and then insert it. So already we don't need to pause anymore. We just need to know what we're going to do. And now let's take that out again. What we see on the top here is these 3 pieces, and when we insert it, this one's going to go down, and then we're going to pull it back, and we're going to have a line on the top, since this one doesn't have yellow here. If there was yellow here, we would have all 4 on the top, and that would be great. But we don't. And how do I know that we're not going to have a cross on top? It's just because if you think about it, yellow is not going to be on top, and you're not doing enough moves to put it on top. So if you go like that, you have a line on top, and you already know what to look for. So now, while you're doing F2L, you already know this case. You go through and start doing it, and before we even finish it, we see 2 corners here that are matched with a non-opposite edge center between them. And I think Sarah Strong has an entire video, an entire page on her website or something dedicated to solving, to figuring out which PLL you have based on just 2 sides. And of course I can't do that. But we do also see here that we have red here and blue here. Since we have blue and red, we can guess that this piece right here is going to have red on it, and that it's going to be a Z-perm. And look at that, Z-perm. So then we transition into doing that, and we're done. So, no pauses at all. You're thinking to yourself about what your next step is going to be in the middle of the previous step. And a good way to practice look ahead is to take solves very slow. Some people decide to use metronomes, some people don't. But what I mean by take solves slow is to never stop turning during your solve. I'm actually very bad at this, very bad at not stopping while I solve. Because my look ahead's not all that great. But what I mean by this is planning out your entire cross and then slowly solving it so that you can practice looking ahead to your next pieces and figuring everything out. So that is my video on look ahead. I hope that helped you guys. Again, there isn't really much I can teach you about look ahead, considering it's just how to look at the cube while you're solving it. This applies to other cubes. This applies to big cubes. When you're doing centers, you can look for the next bar of 1x4 that you're going to do. When you're doing edge pairs, you can look for the next piece to insert. But really, it's all stuff that you should be able to figure out on your own. Look ahead is very planned stuff. It's not something that you either have or you don't. It's something that can be practiced, something that can be honed in on, and really all you need to do is change the way you look at the cube while you're solving the cube. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you enjoyed it and you want to see more of the videos. All of the links to everything are in the description below this video, and I will see you guys after I hit the camera. Yeah!